Willie D Live.
What's up, family? Bad news. George Zimmerman, the neighborhood watchman who shot and killed 17-year-old Trayvon Martin back in 2012, is not doing well. Family, he's homeless. He's suffering mentally. He said he cannot find peace after shooting and killing Trayvon Martin. All I can say, fam, in times like these is let us pray. Let us pray. Yeah, fam, this is not good. This is not good. I don't know where to start. George Zimmerman was, he was just doing his job. He was just out there, trying to keep the neighborhood safe. When he saw this young, innocent 17-year-old black boy walking, and he decided to confront him. He called 911, and he told them that he was following him, and they told him, don't do that. They repeated, we don't need you to do that. And George followed him anyway and confronted him and put his hands on him. And Trayvon defended himself, and when George couldn't win the fight, he pulled out a gun like cowards do. Let me tell you something, fam, straight up. I feel nothing. I wish that I could watch him suffer. Oh man, boy, I'd be tuned in every day like a television show. I'd be tuned in like it's a sitcom. Yeah, man, same time, every day. In fact, you ain't gotta even tell me a specific time. I'll adjust. It can come on one day at a certain time, then the next day, it'd be hours later, I'd just be still watching, just checking back. I'd be checking back, I'll find it. Let that chump suffer. First of all, I don't believe it, because in the immediate aftermath of him being acquitted and having that old guilty smirk on his face, that bum was out signing people's Skittle packages. Well, and I hesitate to say people because you have to be an uncivilized mutt to go out of your way to purchase Skittle bags, bags of Skittles and iced tea, which is what Trayvon Martin had in his bag after he murdered him. They discovered that he had an iced tea and some Skittles in his bag. So you had these uncivilized mutts going out buying iced tea and Skittles and having him to sign them and paying them. They were paying him. Do you know how demented you have to be to do something like that? And look, fam, that's not even the worst of the worst, because we've seen people like them do far worse, like stuff that's just unconscionable, like, man. So let me tell you how I know for a fact, personally, that George Zimmerman is a coward. What year was that? I think it would have been around maybe 2017, something like that, 18. George Zimmerman called out DMX. He wanted to box DMX. DMX didn't even respond to him, but I did. I had my lawyer to call his lawyer and told him that I wanted to fight him. His lawyer was like, yeah, we'll get back to you. But they never did, because he knew I was going to wax that ass. Oh, man. Ooh, I wanted that fight, family. I wanted that fight bad. I was going to do that for all of the ancestors. Every punch I threw, every punch would have had the good ship Jesus tatted on it. You know, every thought, bodies being dumped overboard into the water. Every baby that's ever been stomped out of their mama's belly and fed to alligators. For every person that was raped and lynched. That's what I had on my mind, fam. I would have destroyed his ass. I wanted that fight bad. Oh yeah, man. But that sucker didn't want no parts of me. He wanted to fight DMX because he knew that DMX was on drugs. And what did I tell y'all, fam? They only strike when they have a clear-cut advantage. Size, weaponry, or numbers. He knew for a fact. They did their homework. They knew what I was going to do to him. They knew what I was going to do to him, and they didn't want no parts of that. Oh, I wanted him bad, man. Oh, I was going to do it for the culture. Ooh, man. I was going to do it for the culture. I was going to do it for the gram. I was going to do it for YouTube. Yeah, man. Oh, man. I was going to do it for anybody who ever been violated. Man, I was going to destroy that boy. But that sucker wouldn't take the bait. I thought maybe he might want to take the bait because he figured like I was up in age. And so, you know, maybe that would be an opportunity for him to take advantage. But he don't know. I'm a different type of up in age. Yeah. I'm a eat healthy, vitamin, exercising up in age dude. Right? Sharp, no drugs. You see what I'm saying? I'm that type of up in age. I would have took, man, come on, fam. But anyway, you know, this coward started a fight with a baby and couldn't win the fight, so he pulled out a gun and he shot her. And then you had a group of uncivilized mutts, I would dare say a jury of his peers, acquitted him on all charges, and he walked out of that door a free man. And these are the type of incidents that the other uncivilized mutts see, and it emboldens them to do the same. That's why they gave to his fund. They gave that money because they want to make sure that if they ever find themselves in that same situation where they kill a black person, they want to make sure they get some easy money. They want to make sure. So this is why they look out for each other. We got to start doing the same thing, fam. When one of ours handle their business and they get charged, we got to make sure we right there to make sure that at the very least they're taken care of financially. Yeah. These clowns are so good at what they do. I do believe that some of them go out of their way to harm people just so they can get some type of GoFundMe. Yeah. And you know, they're gullible. You know, the ones that donate, they're really gullible. All they need to do is think that somehow, some way, you are contributing to the divide. You are contributing to this so-called superiority complex. And man, here they go, sending their money over. That's how that go. Same thing with the chick with Cinnabon, the uncivilized mutt. She looked like an animal. That uncivilized mutt was salivating when she was cussing out those Haitian people. I feel nothing for George Zimmerman. At least this mutt gets to wake up and have another chance and a choice. Yeah, I feel nothing for him at all. And I feel nothing for the people who support him. All of y'all are uncivilized mutts, especially the ones who donated, because we know you know what he did was wrong. But in your mind, it was right because it makes you think that as long as black people are taking losses, as long as black people are dying some kind of way, that's an extension for your life. This mutt says he can't find peace after killing a kid. The irony is, neither can Trayvon's mother and father. Yeah. I like what's going on with him. Some people call it karma. I don't really believe in karma, because if karma was really, really, really a real thing, there'd be a whole lot of people under the ground. I mean, just think what has gone on over centuries and how many of those people that was involved directly lived to tell the story and died old. Yeah, I don't believe in that. I believe in retribution. I believe in consequences. And I don't believe in justice after death. I think justice should happen while you're living so you can feel the consequences of your actions. You need to feel it. Not die and people go like, yeah, that's his karma. Yeah, that's her karma. Nah, man. Nah. You need to feel it. Emmett Till's killer, the woman, I call her the killer because it was her lie that set the wheels in motion for her uncivilized mutt husband and brother to gather a mob and drag Emmett out of his cousin's or his uncle's house and hang him up on a tree. So, yeah, that uncivilized mutt lived to be, 85, 86 or something like that. She, on her deathbed, she finally confessed that she lied. So she gets to die almost painlessly. She's in the hospital. You know, they probably just hit her with some morphine or something like that, and she faded away. That ain't karma. And I don't want to hear nothing about her soul being tortured and all that stuff. She need to be tortured while she's alive, when she can feel it. Well, she can feel it. I'm not so sure about all of that. I can go by what I know. I want to see it. I want justice. Hell, what are the courts for if you can't get justice? What are the courts for? That's what the courts are for. I need to see the justice in the courtroom, or I need to see the justice on the streets. One or the other. Don't be sitting around waiting on no karma, waiting on some divine intervention. Nah, man. But hey, if he gotta suffer, let him suffer any way possible. Like if he's got to live, let him live like this. I'll take that. But what say you, fam? Drop a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. No more talk.